Hi everyone, it's your girl 𝕂𝕤𝕤𝕤𝕤, and the topic of today is karmic lessons and how there is no way around them. Karmic lessons are the harsh lessons in this life, the painful lessons that kind of leave us feeling like we lost a part of ourselves. But the reason why that happens is for us to learn and heal and get that part of ourselves back. And this can be through different traumatic events, unhealthy relationships, unhealthy friendships. Like, it's the harsh lessons that really break us down and make us feel like we're unimportant, we're unloved. And it was in these moments that I could say that I honestly connected with Source the most and really felt the love from Source or from God or whatever you want to call it. But, the purpose of this video is to really make you look at these lessons in a different way. Because, I know it's easy to say when you're not in that dark space to say, this is for your greatest good. This is to help you learn and, reach your highest potential. It's easy to say those things when you're not going through it. But when you're going through it, it can make you feel like, why am I here? Why am I going through this? Why is this happening? And I'm here to say that, karmic lessons are so necessary. I know they're painful and it makes you feel like you are unimportant and unloved, but based on what I experienced, and I've had a few different intense karmic lessons, was they were so necessary and they were things that needed to happen in order for me to heal things within myself and heal things that apparently I'd brought over from past lives that were unhealed. So one example of this is a relationship with a particular person in my family. And I noticed from a young age that, they had certain characteristics that were just very difficult to deal with. I'm not perfect, but I'm just saying these are things that I noticed. And I also noticed that these particular characteristics were in the people that I chose to surround myself with, whether it was relationships, friendships. It was just like, once I got into shadow work and healing and inner child work, I was like, everything that I thought I was avoiding was actually something, everything that I found so difficult about this, person was in my everyday life, and I surrounded myself in it. So once I came to that realization and healing that part of myself, suddenly who the universe sent to me, who I just met just going to the store or just doing everyday things completely changed. And I also noticed healing within my heart chakra, healing within my spirit body, and just feeling so much better about life. And it also helped to heal my relationship with this particular family member. So karmic lessons are intense. You might come into this world with issues with, like I said, like with me, a particular family member, or you might struggle in romantic relationships, or you might struggle with money. There's something in your life that you need to tackle, and you need to heal it in order to heal that part of yourself and live a better life. Another thing I'm going to say is, I think a reason why, twin flames are so popular now is because, a lot of us have a lot of unhealed trauma. A lot of people do, whether it pertains to who raised you, things that you experienced in life. A lot of us have a lot of unhealed trauma. So when we meet someone that causes us to have like a really intense emotional reaction, even when it's unhealthy, we automatically label it a twin flame, right? And if you don't know what a twin flame is or what you're going to experience when you find your twin flame, I have a twin flame video, signs that you found your twin flame. But oftentimes people, the ones that they are obsessed about are just karmic relationships. And there's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of unhealthiness. Sometimes there's abuse going on. People are putting labels on something just because it causes an intense emotional reaction within you. Okay, so this definitely happened with me with somebody who I thought was my twin flame. We had great chemistry, a lot of, I just noticed that they caused me to have like a strong emotional reaction to them. But now, after I matured and grew up, I realized I'm like, this was 100% a karmic from the beginning. And even years after it ended, I remember sometimes I'd think about them, I'd dream about them, and I'd see repeating numbers. And by this point, I knew that it wasn't, I knew that they weren't my twin flame. I knew that it had ended for a reason, but there was still something that I needed to learn. There's still something I needed to pick up from, whatever that relationship was. And later on, when I actually started to do the shadow work, Reiki on myself, I actually came to find out that we had a past life together. I actually saw it in a vision. I saw how we met, where we lived. everything. And once I actually, was, I guess you could say, receptive to learning the lesson and understanding why it happened and why I was still thinking about this person, even though I knew they weren't good for me, then all of it stopped. The dream stopped, the synchronicities, the repeating numbers when it came to that person, all that stopped. So when it comes to karmic lessons, I don't want you to suffer. I don't want you going through life, attracting the same people, experiencing the same, whether it's failed romantic relationships, difficulty with money, difficulty with, certain areas in your life. The reason why you're struggling is because there's something that needs to be healed, and there's something within it that you need to see and say, okay, I'm attracting this because of this. I'm attracted to this person because of this, or I'm attracting these situations because of this. There's something within you that needs a little tweaking here and there. And once you actually discover that and heal that part of yourself, I guarantee it'll change your whole life. Certain things that keep happening won't happen anymore because you learned that lesson and you realized, whatever it was. So I hope this video made sense. I feel like I was kind of all over, but I personally love karmic. I don't love karmics, but I love the lesson when it comes to karmics. Obviously, when you're going through it, it's painful. But once you actually learn the lesson, you're like, okay, now I can move on and I can live a better life. So I think that's it for this video. I love you guys so much. Take care.